Good morning to all of you, and thank you to everyone for being here today. And I'd especially like to thank the women senators who are here with me today. It is really disappointing that we are back here once again, but I am so proud to work with these great women and men on such a critical issue. Today marks the 236th day since the Senate passed an inclusive, bipartisan Violence Against Women Act. Women and men across the country are waiting. They want us to do the right thing. And on this day, we are here, not just as senators, but as mothers and daughters and grandmothers and women. We are here reaching out to the women of the House Republican Conference with the hope that they will join us. Join us in putting pressure on their leaders to put women's safety first, and joining us in returning the Violence Against Women Act to the bipartisan bill it has always been. As we stand here today, the clock is ticking, and women across the country are watching. Just like they were watching for the past 2 years as a few Republican candidates made outrageous comments about sexual violence towards women. And as we all know, on November 6th, voters clearly and decisively called for putting the protection of women before politics or ideology. So frankly, I'm surprised to see House Republicans are still so adamantly opposed to supporting a more inclusive, bipartisan VAWA. Where a person lives, their immigration status, who they love, should not determine whether or not perpetrators of domestic violence are brought to justice. Women cannot afford further delay, not on this bill. And unfortunately, that appears to be what they may get. In fact, we are now hearing that Representative Cantor may propose another version of VAWA in the House that once again leaves millions of women off from the protections that this bill provides. In negotiations over this bill, he has indicated that he is set to leave out protections for tribal women, 2 in 5 of whom will face domestic violence in their lifetime, that he wants to leave off protections for the LGBT community once again, and that he will leave out many of the recent immigrants who find themselves with nowhere to turn when they are victims of domestic violence. Let me be 100% clear. A bill like that is an absolute non-starter in the Senate, where we have already passed a bipartisan bill with 68 votes. If Republicans insist on a bill like that, it will mean that no chance to pass a VAWA bill in this Congress, and we should not go down the path. That's why we are all here today calling on the women of the House Republicans Conference to work with their leadership and to put the safety of all women ahead of partisan politics. That's what the country wants. I'm delighted to be joined today by a number of women senators who have worked so hard on this effort. We hope that our House women Republican friends will step forward and work with us on a bipartisan way to get this bill passed.